Today we are going to be looking at Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop basically is it's a photo editing software used to design pictures, to create from scratch, or to modify already taken pictures. So today in this lesson we'll be looking at how to work with Adobe Photoshop. We'll learn some basic skills in photography and how to use some unique tools in Adobe Photoshop. So when you open Photoshop, the first thing you see is just the workspace, this empty black screen with tools at the corners and tabs at this other corner, the right hand corner. So the first thing to start with is to go to File to create a new one. Now in click on File, you have a lot of options in the drop down menu here. You have New, Open, Browsing Bridge, Browsing Mini Bridge, Open as Smart Object, Import, Automating Script. But our interest here basically is on the new. Okay, but if you have been working on other projects previously, you can go to open the previous work you've been doing. But in this case now we're going to go to New, which is also Control. You can always use Control N for the shortcut. Now you open New, you see a new window, and in this new window you have the option to give your work a name. Let's call it Working Project. Okay, so under the preset part you have the option to choose from various kind of presets you would like to work on. So if you're working on basic Photoshop size, you just click on this, it will automatically adjust the size and height for you. If you're working on a video or film, you can just go ahead and just choose this, and to give you what's unique for working with video and film. Each one of them come with a preset setup for this entire area, so you can just choose and go ahead and work with them. Now down on this part, if you choose some a preset that has to do with paper and printing purpose, first thing you have is under the size, you have size dimensions like A4, A6, A5, A3 based on existing paper sizes, so you can just select the paper size you want to work, so you can easily print it out. Then beneath that you have the width here. You can also adjust the width if you want by just typing in the number you want. If you don't like the one that's there on the preset, you just type in okay. You can change your height as well to 400 if you want, so you can have 200 by 400. Then is the millimeter, and you can change to inches if you're more comfortable with inches. If you're more comfortable with centimeters, you can also change to centimeters based on the units you're more comfortable with. And the resolution helps you to define the sharpness of the picture, the clarity, the dots per inch. Remember, whatever resolution the pixel. So you can set the drag around here to also modify the resolution. Now you see, as we modify the resolution, the image size also is being affected. So if we do that again, just watch the image size. Yeah. So that's what it does. Okay, so because you're going to be printing, most often it's good to change your color mode to CMYK, because most printers are adapted for printing with cyan, magenta, and yellow, and so that you can have and black, so that you can have the best color that will represent exactly what you've worked on. Because if you work on RGB setting, RGB color mode, and you decide to print, there might be some color differences at the end when you finish working. So it's best when you know you're going to be printing to work with CMYK. Sorry. Then you can change your color bit to 16 or 8, depending on the intensity, how strong you want the image to be. But remember, it has a significant impact on the image size. When I change back to 8, you see it has about almost half the size. Then if you're going to be superimposing the picture on another picture, it's good to use a transparent background. But if you're just going to work on a single picture to print just directly from it, you can use a black background, a white background, depending on what you want, or you just use a background color. We've made a lot of changes here. The preset name has changed from US International Paper to custom, which we can save as our preset. If you like working with this kind of format, we can use it as a preset. So the next time when we want to work, we just simply go to the preset and pick this. Let's call it paper for us. It's a custom name. Yeah, so you can just say okay to that, and then it's there for us now, paper for us, so we can always use that. But if you want to work on video, we can simply just go to film and video, and you see that the size here also changed. It changes to reflect the various aspect ratios of our screen. Now for the previous one, for international paper, it changed to reflect that for printing like papers, but in this case it changes to reflect that of screens. For DV screens, like our old television screen, 720 by 480p, modern HD, so you have for 1080p by 1920. So depending on the kind of screen you're going to be looking at, if you're going to work with for 4K pictures, you can choose 4K from here, and you see the width and automatically adjusted to suit that purpose, and you can leave it at RGB, because you put on MK, the color difference will be significant on the viewer screen, so you leave it on RGB. RGB is best for working with screen. So now if you're going to be superimposing the picture on a video clip, another video clip, I just leave it on transparent, okay, so that you just lay it without actually blocking the motion picture behind it. So you see it stays at pixel, but you can also move to inches if you want and all of that. But for TV, it's best to leave it on pixel. So if we are going to make our transparent change constant, and we want to make this 32 bits to make sharper, we can save our preset again and say call it TV mode, and we can choose what we want to have: content, profile, aspect ratio, and all of that. You say okay. So it's now there for us. TV mode, paper US. Right, yeah. So if we mistakenly go to photo and I want to go back to our TV format, just go to TV mode, and everything just remains just the way it is. If we do that, we just click OK, and now we have our screen to work with. This is the basic work environment where we can start working.